Going to be starting very shortly. Let me get this link out to everybody. And then I need this down here actually. Oh, snaps. Two, three, 4, 5, 6. I sent it somewhere I'm supposed to. Okay. I forgot to send this to one group. Hold on. Okay. And last but not least, all right. Early morning. Let's get to it. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my intraday / day trade analysis. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. So, U.S. dollar, as I said yesterday, that I was looking for this type of move to happen. I'm waiting for the break and the retest to happen on the DXY. So, it looks like we already got that. Let's just go look at the daily candle, see what the daily candle looks like. From yesterday, daily candle from yesterday looks very much bearish, so I expect this to continue to the downside after retesting this structure and then falling to the downside. So yeah, this, like I said, this is basically the same thing that I talked about on Monday, just the breakout to the downside. We got the breakout, price is retesting. I know that this is what some people will be probably looking for from this retest, from this drop. They probably would want price to come back up to like 90.391 or 90.334, then the drop. And I don't disagree with that necessarily, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So, and that's not what I was planning on. I was just planning on price, like it just needs to come in, like even if it came up a little higher, that would be cool, like 90.235, but I don't think it's going to happen. So yeah, I still can expect US dollar to continue to the downside. Like that's just I'm glad I don't have to do a lot of analysis, because I already did what price is already like. Price is already dropped, retest, continuation to the downside. So let's go look at arbitrage, see what it's talking about. Retest for the 15-minute has happened. 1 hour time frame, naturally I don't think it's gonna go. Now if price does end up holding right here at 90.100, then probably price might start ended up pushing to the upside. But I don't think that's going to happen, realistically speaking. The 4-hour time frame, you guys remember the break and retest on Monday from when I did, the price comes to the upside and holds out at this RSI line, then price is most likely going to end up dropping. Well, looks like that's exactly what happened. Price came to the 2 deviation and bounced off of it, but I see that this is going to go somewhat lower. And the daily time frame, I mean, if price goes any lower and this momentum line comes down here, then it's going to call for a sell on the daily time frame. So let's see what it does though, because like I said, price can literally hold right here and then push to the upside. So we really got to see what the DXY is going to do. But again, I don't think that it's gonna rise. I think it's gonna fall more than anything. So let's keep the same energy right there. It's going over to Euro USD. All right, Euro USD. And so this is the reason why I said that, yo, I'm not taking this trade. And if you want to take it, for sure, but it's risky and I don't like it because look, price just came in. It didn't even put you in profit at all. It went to stop loss. So. But again, I wasn't counting that because I was already saying that I'm not getting into it. I'm not getting into it multiple times. So let's go into the 4-hour real quick, or no, let's go into the daily and see what the daily candle looks like. Okay, so bullish daily candle, but price is still holding at this little structure right here. Now, I'm pretty sure what a lot of people might be thinking is that, oh, if price is holding right here, it could drop down. Yeah, it possibly can. It really can, realistically. But what I more see that this could happen before it possibly drops is for price to push up, grab some liquidity, and then drop down. And then even if we use a daily fib from this high to this low, that we can see that price coming to the selling range, like 1.22378. But now, the thing that I have a struggle with Euro USD for me trying to sell it, and it's good. It's because again, guys, look at like price is literally, it just looks like a break and retest right here, and then these 2 daily candles right here. This is what has me more thinking that this is not gonna go into a sell, that is gonna keep buying. So again, I want to see what happens here, but overall, I'm just gonna draw this fib, and then I will be looking to see what price is gonna be doing once it gets to 1.22379. But to say that I'm going to get into a sell or a buy at this point in time, it'd be kind of irresponsible of me. So I'm just going to go ahead and set an alert here to tell me that, oh, prices came up to 1.22400 or 1.22. Yeah, 1.22400 isn't bad. What am I doing? Set alert. 71% fib. Daily fib. So I set that alert, and let's see what's gonna happen here, because again, I don't really think that the US dollar, the DXY, is gonna keep pumping. I think it's gonna drop, and so if that drops, then that's gonna make the Euro USD rise. So, but again, the possibility of 1.22 like 400, the likes of 1.22 400 to get hit and then drop, it exists. It also exists for price to drop from right here, but I'm not gonna sell it from here. So. Let's see what happens. Let's go into the 15-minute time frame real quick. Yeah, this is definitely not my type of style of trying to well, it used to be, but I'm not going to try to sell it from right here. Now, what could have easily happened was price just came up, it made a slightly higher high, it made a stop point right here, and then price ends up dropping. It's very much possible, but that's not what I'm looking for right now. So let's see what arbitrage has on the contrary. So same thing as with the DXY. If this compass passes the daily time frame, this is going to call for a buy. So that's something I'm going to be really watching for. 4-hour time frame already called for the buy, went bullish, retesting the upper danger zone, and is not there. So I think this still has room to go to the upside again. And 1-hour time frame rejecting off of this 1-hour RSI line, that from this buy it looks like it's retesting for a push to the upside. But if this literally holds here, if this holds right here, then price might start pushing down, realistically speaking. But I don't think it is. But we'll see what happens. There's a lot of confirmations that are saying that this is still gonna buy, except for the 15-minute time frame and lower. It looks like it wants to possibly drop, which if it does, that's cool. But I'm not really trying to like get into that, you know. So I'm just gonna personally wait for Euro USD as well. I do like this setup better, for price to push up to the upside some more and then drop. I like that setup way better. But again, depending on what the DXY does, this could all be like not happening. So let's see what happens, right? Still watching EU, still have my alert there. If price does get up to 1.22400, then I would debate if I'm gonna buy it or not. All right, so GU just keeps going to the upside. Gonna take that off. 4-hour time frame. I mean, again, it's just been bullish, guys. Like, it's not really ideal to try to look for any type of sells on GBP/USD because it's just been so bullish. So again, I'd rather price really come up over here. I mean, let's see real quick, actually, because if I put the support line right here, and we even go closer to right here, we can see that there's wicks thrown up at here at one point in time that was making price reject going to the upside some more. But I still really do want to see the likes of 1.42870 or 1.43 or 1.4400 to get hit before I really start to really consider selling GBP/USD. But at this point in time, there's too bullish. Why would I sell? Why would I say try to sell it when this looks like it's gonna possibly keep going to the upside? You know. And so if we come over here, it's going to the 1 hour time frame. I could look at point of control, I could look at all that stuff, but at the end of the day, this is extremely bullish, and it's throwing wicks to the upside. But it's not. It doesn't look like necessarily that it's gonna like turn around and drop. It just looks like it's gonna keep going to the upside. So that's for GU. Really, I don't have anything more to say on GU. Like, again, everything is just extremely bullish right here. Don't even know I have that here. Like, the 15-minute time frame looks terrible. 1 hour time frame's been calling for a buy. Hasn't called for anything other than a buy. That's why I said I was gonna wait for the 1 hour. I still have these alerts for the GU and with EU from Monday when I said, oh, I'm gonna set an alert for sales on the 1 hour. This happened, but then right after this happened, so I never called the EU one. But with GU, again, 1 hour has never called for a sell, so I'm just waiting on it. Yeah, and everything else, same thing, is just extremely bullish. So don't really have much to say about GU. Let's go on to AU. AUD/USD. Let's see what's up with it. So AUD/USD, ultimately, what I still want to happen, what I still want to see happen, is for price to drop down to 0.78138 and then pop to the upside. Now, once I see that it pops to the upside, then once I see it drop right here, then I'm just going to be looking for buys. Because, I mean, it's the same thing. Because from when price came down here, I wanted price to pop up, retest, continuation. That's all I could really see this doing. 15-minute time frame. Oops. Let's see what the retracement will come down to from this low to this high. I'm pretty sure it'll hit my zone nicely. Yep. So that break and retest, that's what I really want. 0.77898 or 0.77900. That's my entry right there. And we'll see if AUD does climb down here indeed to start pumping to the upside. Now, it's funny because a lot of people say, and there's a lot of it, well, not a lot, but there's some evidence behind it that people say that, oh, when it comes to AUD/USD, it matches the S&P 500. But as we can see yesterday, the S&P 500 and other U.S. indices, they were not cooperating. The only one cooperating was the U.S. 30. Because look, if we say compare or add symbols, let's go SPX 500. So can I not zoom out? There we go. So we could see very massive difference. Almost same structure, because when price was going bullish, AUD USD was going bullish, and then when price was dropping, AUD USD was dropping as well. So we could see some correlation, but then yesterday price was dropping while this was rising. So that's why I'm like, okay, maybe it's not necessarily correlated, but look, it's very similar movement. When price goes up, then AUD USD is going up. As price is steadily going higher, so is AUD USD. So that's why I'm just like, it's funny how, again, look at price came all the way down to this low. Well, they all did, and then price steady movements to the upside. It's literally looking like it matches up with AUD USD. But then as of yesterday, this thing was just really dropping hard, and look at this, it's going higher. So it's just like, what's really going on? Who knows? But that's just like a theory. Like I said, it's not there's nothing set in stone, or it's nothing that I've necessarily done research on to see if they do have any type of correlation, but just based off of what it looks like, you know. So, but anyways, AUD USD, again, same thing. Just want this to drop to 0.7, this area. Look for buy entry, possible buy entries at 0.77898, because that would just be like a break and retest again, which was the same case right here for AUD USD. Hold on, it's actually more of this and this right here. There you go. So like, yeah, price literally broke out these highs, retested, came a little lower, make people think price was selling. Then price pushed up to the hot, make a higher high. So basically, same type of thing that I'm looking at for AU, and then 1 hour time frame about to call for a sell. So we might get that retracement sell to the downside before we look to buy again. So I already have this alert set. I'm already watching it. 15-minute time frame. I was not interested in trading it. I'm more looking at the 1 hour. So if this sends out an alert, then it'd probably be a move just like this. Now, for those risky, you can go ahead and try to take it right now. That's all you. But I'm looking more for this type of move, retest, continuation to the upside. Which again, it kind of looks like it's already happened, because price did, I can't ignore that price did break out through the RSI line already. And it's holding under the upper danger zone. So that's kind of, like I said, it's kind of a good sell entry to me personally. So if you want to be a little early and get in on this sell, which I probably am going to do, to be quite honest with you, then by all means. And then I'm going to put my stop loss. Yeah, I'll put my stop loss above the highs. Because again, or even if you want to even have a lower stop loss, then you could have it put it like right here, like at 20 pips. Now this one, do expect it to get stopped out way earlier, and there's still absolutely no confirmations other than price is broken through the RSI line and it's holding at the upper danger zone. That's telling us that this is going to sell. Even the sell alert hasn't been activated yet. So what I would rather wait for is wait for the sell alert to get activated, wait for a retest, and then a push to the downside. But for those who want to be risky, because I'm probably going to take like 0.3 risk, and then once I get the entry, then I'll add like the rest of my like 0.2, because I'm only probably going to risk like 0.5% on this trade of my account. So that's what I'm really watching for. And so if I copy this, let's go see what it looks like on the regular charts. So page short position, boom, takes you directly to the 61.8, which is what I want to see. But again, that's if I get that trigger. So I already have the alert set. If I get it, then I'll be okay. I'll tell you, I'll notify you guys. But if anybody wants to really enter this right here, right now, go ahead by all means. I'll just make sure to put my stop loss above these highs. Let me look at where the point of control is at. It's extremely down. I don't think price is coming back down here, but it can. But I don't think price is coming back down there. So that's like the main thing, realistically speaking. So let's see what AUD USD has for us. GPAUD. Well, would you look at that? Called for a buy right here, but we'll go to that later. All right, so price ended up pushing lower, a little lower, stopped people out, and then rose to the top. So now what I'm really trying to see is if this is going to go bullish. Let's go from this low to this high. If price comes back into this range, then maybe I'll look to buy it, type of thing. Like if it comes back into this range, I'll look to buy it for a short time and then probably take it back up to like 1.7887, like right here or something. But we'll see how that plays out, because I'm not even sure that I like the GA buys until I see AU really starting to sell. So that's that. And then for GA, already got the buy. Again, I need the retest and then a continuation to the upside. So I'm going to set an alert for the retest. So no, I don't need once per bar close. GPAUD crossing, arbitrage, RSI line, only once, create. So once it hits that RSI line, that's going to give me the entry to get into my buy. And then I'll have my exit alert on, GPAUD, short exit all, once per bar close, create, continue anyways. So there it is with GA. It's giving multiple confirmations saying that it's going to go bullish. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, wait for my entry right down here and then get in. People, if you want to get in right here, absolutely. It's whatever strokes your boat. I mean, whatever floats your boat. Different strokes for different folks. But as for me, I want price to go bullish from right here. So there's that. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Euro AUD. Now, Euro AUD is giving a buy signal as well. This looks a little bit more scary, but it looks very much more enter-worthy. Like, I'd rather enter this than GA at this point in time. And same thing with, I mean, overall, I still want price to, even if it doesn't climb all the way up here, I'd rather want that retest right here and then the continuation to the downside type of move, you know? So if EA is gonna start calling for a buy, then I might get into it, and I'll not risk a lot, because again, this is just on the 4 hour. I just want to break, retest, continuation to the downside on the higher time frames, because we have it on the lower time frames. As you can see right here, breakout, retest, continuation. We have it on the lower time frames, but now if I could get on the higher time frame, that would be even better. Because on the higher time frame, you'd be like, oh well, yeah, you have this huge bearish candle, but price didn't really break and retest this. Well, again, on the lower time frame, you could definitely see that it did, just that on the higher time frame it hasn't. So I'm gonna go ahead, get into this buy on Euro AUD. I like where it's at. Take it to the upside. Definitely putting my stop loss. Yeah, you can put it under those lows, but I can see a stop hunt possibly happening and then a push to the upside. I'm gonna set my alert long once per bar close, or long exit all, I should say, once per bar close, and then create, continue anyway. And there we go. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna take a quick 5-minute break, and I'll come back on very shortly. Just give me a couple minutes. Or as on YouTube, I'm just gonna leave this on, and then we could just, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Sorry about that, but hey, y'all got your time to try to get into this trade. I'm just playing. So yeah, EA, I like this buy a lot. I like it more than GA personally. So let's see how that plays out. Let's go over to Euro GBP and let me start recording on here again. Alright, so Euro GBP. Well. Look where prices came to, and it is now showing that it wants to stop. Euro GBP is at the 71% fib range on this high time frame. Definitely looking for buys over here. I don't know if I necessarily want to get into a buy, because if I get into a buy on EG right now, this is a long-term trade and it could definitely take some weeks, and I don't know if I'm really down to do that right now. I might look at it on like my swing account and be like, okay, this is something that you're going to hold for weeks, just like I have a gold trade running. But I mean, I'm not really crazy over trying to buy it right here anyways. I'd rather wait for price to come to 0.85375 if I am going to indeed get into that type of buy. But as we can see, guys, price is just making lower lows. It's just making lower lows. High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Small time frame making lower highs, lower lows. Daily time frame making higher highs and lower highs and lower lows. So it's just been very bearish. So there's just to say that, oh, just based off of the fib, this is a place that I'm looking to buy at. It's like, yes, you can, but you might want to wait for more confirmations before you get into that buy, because price can still literally come back down to 0.86211, or like I mentioned, it could literally just go down to the 78.6 fib, which is what I'm kind of rather preferring at this point in time, rather than trying to buy it right here. So I'm still waiting on EG to show me more signs on the daily time frame rather than on the 1 hour or on the 15-minute. Some more confirmations on a daily time frame telling me, okay, it might be suitable to start looking to buy your GBP. But until then, hey, if you want to take this fib and try to swing trade it, absolutely, you are more than welcome to do that, because you're your own trader and you got to do your own thing. But me personally, I'm gonna just wait a little bit. And I'm pretty sure arbitrage, yeah, 1 hour. I wasn't even interested in any of that. I wasn't interested in none of that, none of this, because it just looks so like iffy, So that's why I'm just gonna like take my time, just be patient, and be like, you know what? Because look at this, 4 hour, still calling for sells. I'm not gonna try to buy it right now. There's no need for me to. I'm not in a rush of any type of sort. And again, this thing has been extremely bearish, so it's just better to wait for some confirmations to see that, okay, this might be turning around. But until that gives out, then I'm not gonna try to. No, thank you. All right, Euro NZD. Let's go ahead and take a peek. Looks like Euro NZD is doing the break and retest. That's exactly what it looks like. Looks like it broke, retest. But there is NZD news later today. Again, I'm gonna just remind everybody about this. So just know that I'm gonna be glued to my computer later today. 8 p.m., 7:30. I'm gonna be glued to my computer. I might even live stream this and see how things play out. I might live stream it with Mike and some other traders. It's either they're gonna drop the link or I might. You guys could hop on, see how we're gonna play this NZD news. And I'm just gonna let's just take a look in the past. So wait, what was it, this one? Or let me see. There's one, I don't know if it's these ones necessarily. So the last time that this news happened was November 10th in 2020, right? So let me go back and look at some NZD pairs, November 10th, 2020. So I can show an example if that's really the news. November 20th. I haven't traded this news in a minute, so there we go. don't think it was this day. Six, 7, 8. This is where it would have been at. Well, when I see this and then a candle like this, it only makes me think that that's news. But man, when's the last? I forgot. I'll confirm it later on today. I'll confirm it later on today, and see if this is the news event that I'm talking about. But usually there's a news event that will give Euro NZD heavy pips at like in less than 5 minutes. And again, I'll confirm that later on today. But if it's gonna do what I'm thinking it's gonna do, then I'm gonna be looking for buys on Euro NZD and most likely sells on NZD USD and NZD CAD and all that stuff. But again, I'll confirm that later on today. So we'll see. We're gonna see what happens right here. I'm not gonna really trade it right now. Like I said, I'm just gonna wait for that news event to see if that's really what I'm trying to do. So that is for Euro NZD for now. Honestly speaking, I'm not gonna really talk about it much until later on today. And again, I might live stream it so everybody can see it. 1 hour time frame is calling for a buy, although it looks like it might be turning around. But if price holds right here, this is a perfect opportunity to buy Euro NZD. But it's just like with the US dollar. Like, okay, US dollar is breaking through the RSI line on the daily time frame, and it's at the upper danger zone. So, I mean, at the lower danger zone. So again, if price holds right here, I'm expecting it to continue bullish. But if not, then I'm going to try to get into this trade after this call, and then I'll probably just end up getting out like right here at 1.65519 and just wait for later on today. So that's basically what I have for Euro NZD. Definitely going to look at this later on today. Oops, I forgot to set some buys on here. Watching you. Alright, GJ. GJ's a tool, man. Honestly speaking, yeah. Price pushed right here, pushed back to the upside. If it hold right here, don't know if it is though. It's the exact opposite of Euro GBP. It's so bullish. Euro GBP is so bearish, but like there's no confirmations telling us anything. So it's better to wait rather than to try to sell at a top or anything like that, you know. So it's just better to wait overall for this move. Let's see what happens. Not really gonna rush into it. Called for a sell right here, but I wasn't feeling it. 15-minute time frame. Yeah, everything's calling for a buy. So just gonna wait on GJ. Like again, I need more confirmations. Even on here, there wasn't really much confirmations for me to get it to stay into a trade. So yeah, GBP JPY, gonna leave that alone. All right, let's look at USHEF. I've been waiting for USHEF. I like where USHEF is at. I like it a lot. So price ended up coming back up here at this 78.6 fib, and it's still showing some rejections right here. I personally am going to get into like USD and I'm really going to set my stop loss just above these highs. And if price if I start to see price coming out of this trend line, and again, this is just a pennant that I had drawn. It looks like it's a continuation to the downside for me personally speaking, and it's at my sell box, and it's at this resistance. Well, it's resistance now. So there's a lot of things that are telling me that USHEF might be looking to drop. So if price can really hold right here, then I'm going to get into the, well, it's not if, I'm going to get into the buy right here. Right? Probably take price that low, stop loss above these highs. So I have like a 45, maybe 50 pips. 50 pips will be better. It's more secure. 50 pips stop loss on USHEF, and I really want to take it to these lows, but we'll see how things play out. So getting in right now, and I'm taking it down here. I'm pretty sure on arbitrage it is showing that this is a very risky buy. This is more of a swing trade, to be quite honest with you. Let me look for intraday setup for everybody. Intraday wise, I'd probably just look to sell it down to these equal lows at 0.89579 if you're trying to sell it right here, and then I have your stop loss just directly above 0.90300. That's where I would, if I was playing it intraday wise. Let me actually hide this for a second and put it out for intraday wise. Let's get rid of this fib real quick. Yeah, so intraday, what I'd probably be looking for on this sell, it's still the same entry, but I'd probably just look to take it down to here, and I have my stop loss right over it, like 0.90300, like I mentioned. It's a good risk reward. It's a 1 to 1.87, so almost a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. That's why I like to see. But again, guys, I'm looking for this swing overall. So I mean, hey, if you want, you could even take both. That's all up to you. But I'm more interested in the longer term sell than the shorter term sell. So that's for you, Chef, right here. Again, if price starts to break out of this downtrend line, then I'm most likely gonna step out and be like, okay, peace. I've seen enough. 1 hour time frame is calling for a buy up here. I don't like seeing that, so I'm not gonna take that into consideration. 4 hour has definitely been bullish this whole time. And the daily's been bullish as well. So trying to buy right now, trying to sell is risky, but this is a setup that I've been waiting for. So I'm going to take the sell personally. And if arbitrage is correct, then I won't be surprised, because it usually is. So let's see what we have what US Chef has in store for us. If the DXY starts to pop, then most likely this is going to pop too, but I don't think it is. Tacos. Tacos is a hater. I really wanted price to come up this high, and it still possibly can. It still definitely can pop up to right there, because if we look on the daily candle, it's very bullish. So that push to 20.90320 is very much realistic. I don't know why there's not an alert there. So again, I'm still watching for price on USD Mexican to pop up here before I really consider putting a larger amount of risk on the sell. But as of right now, I'm just being patient, waiting it out, not trying to rush into anything that I don't need to rush into. Oh, I didn't even see this right here. Well, boom, this is another even more confluence to tell me why I want price to come up here. For price to climb up like how it did right here. See that stop hunt and then immediate drop. So that's what I'm kind of looking for right now. Arbitrage 15-minute time frame. It did try to give us a sell entry. A buy entry. But as you can see, price exploded before it even did anything. And so it's good that we got out. Regardless, you know. So just waiting on Chef. Oh, I need this actually. There we go. So just waiting on Chef, seeing what it's gonna do. It's calling for a sell right now. So if you want, then sure, go ahead, try to get into a sell. But I'm not for it right now. But this is probably gonna start looking for a sell too. Let me set this alert. So I'm gonna go ahead and set short. Sorry. Once per bar close, and then create, continue anyways, or anyway. And let's see what's in the chat. How do you calculate? So with USD Mexican, and this is just on TradingView, if you're calculating it on TradingView, then what you would do, so like let's say from this high to this low, what you want to focus on, you see how it says 860? That's not 860 pips. It's actually 86 pips. So this digit right here, this third digit, if you're using this on TradingView, then this is what you want to close off, right? You don't want to necessarily look at it as like, oh, it's not 860 pips. It's 86 pips. So that's how you calculate pips on USD Mexican on here. And if you're just looking at it like with any other forex pair, I think it's the third digit that is supposed to be where you start counting the pips, not the pipettes. So actually, let me test that theory out right now. So 20.72068 and 0.72. Oops, no, that's not what I wanted to do. 20.70, no, 72. That's what I wanted. go a little closer, and then calculate. So let's see if this is indeed, because with regular forex pairs, you want to be like, oh, you want to get the fourth number to start counting pips right here. But I think it might be the third, but we'll figure that out right now. So let's see how many pips this is right here. Yeah, so this isn't even a 1 pip. This is 6 pipettes. Versus if you have 20.7300 or 3 whatever, this is probably 10 pips right here. Yeah, precisely. This is 10 pips. So it is the third decimal. You would want, this is like the third number right here. The third number after the decimal. That's where you would start to count your pips. So if this changes from a 300 to 3100, then that means that price just moved 1 pip. So I hope that makes sense. Oops, I do not want to remove drawings. I want to remove these. No problem, no problem. Alright, so yeah, so with tacos, gonna watch and see what it's gonna do. I'm more interested in this 1 hour, showing that it could possibly drop rather than the 15-minute time frame for sure. So watching for this to happen. Usual breakout, retest, continuation to the downside is what I'll be looking for. So yeah, let's see how that plays out on Mr. Tacos. Gonna be watching it because I'm not in the trade. Gold has been cash money, like really cash money, man. So right now, currently, we are up 342 pips on gold, right? And it's gone up the most 400 pips. So it's already gone 1 to 2. We've already made a 1 to 2 profit off of this trade because I was risking 200 pips, and now we're up 400 pips. So it's a 1 to 2 risk to reward has been claimed. If you haven't already, take some more partials because you deserve it, especially from the loss that I took from NOS 100. I needed to take partials. But so what I could see possibly happening with gold, so let me go ahead and hide this trade that I'm already in. What I could see really happening with gold right here is just from this drop right here, although I really think that price is going to still come up here, 1827. I don't doubt it, actually. We could see that price has been really struggling to like break out to the upside after coming over to the 71% and wicking it like this. So this is something that you definitely want to be paying attention to. You want to be like, okay, is gold actually going to really turn around after grossing us 400 pips? Or what the hell am I doing? Or is gold going to like start to retrace some? Now, realistically speaking, I would rather price do something like this, and if it does do something like this, then it's going to stop me out of my trade, which is why I'm saying, okay, I'm taking profits. I'm taking more profits. I'm taking about like 60% profits and leaving 40% running, because what price can really do is just come back down, stop me out of my entry, and then continue to the upside. So that is something that I'm definitely being very aware of when it comes to gold. But again, this is just speculation. I'm just waiting to see what price is going to do right here. Because again, I've been bearish on gold, and I still kind of am bearish on gold, but the buy opportunity was too clean for me not to get in. So let's see what actually happens here. Let me draw a trend line, although I don't really care for trend lines. So yeah, from there, you can see break, retested, continuation to the upside kind of. But that's just a smaller time frame type of thing. I'm not going to necessarily try to get into a sell right now because I actually would rather see price come up to like the likes of 1842 and then maybe look for a possible sell. But we'll see how things play out. If this does end up dropping, then it's going to go back to my entry and probably stop me out before continuing to the upside, which I'm not against. That's why I'm taking profits now, and then I'll look to see if this drops, then I'll get back into it later on, you know? So I'm just gonna go ahead and draw a cute little zone right here, and then I'll pay attention to it later. So this is like, again, this is the area of interest that I have for gold. Let me look at what the point of control is at. Yeah, point of control. Wow, that's actually pretty nice that it's right there. It's right steady in there. So definitely see what it's definitely going to see what price is going to do up there. When I'm looking at gold, I don't like looking at the correlation between gold and the US dollar, but I can't say that it doesn't exist, because let's just look at the compare tool, and I'm going to put the DXY. Because look, as you can see, DXY has been mostly steady. This has been mostly steady, and steadily dropping, whereas gold makes sporadic moves. Like you see that price moved up right here when the DXY was dropping, and then as price kept like steadily dropping, you see that gold is making like it's making high moves and then dropping, high moves, dropping. And I'll even change this to candlesticks so you guys can see it at a little better. Candles. So you see what, like, I have to actually zoom in to even get a better look at it. So you see what I mean? Like this as this was making this little drop, price was making this was pushing up, making a resistance, and then this dropped. It didn't even pop that high. Same thing with this drop right here. It didn't pop that high, but it did. So yeah, just based off of seeing that, you can kind of say that they are inversely correlated. Like look, right here where they're close, price pushed up, price was pushing to the downside. So yeah, you could say that, but I don't really care. I don't really care to look at it that way. That's just my opinion though. That's just me. So if it does push up here, then that most likely is going to mean that the DXY is going to drop, if you're looking at it from that correlation point of view. So let's just see how gold does. But again, I am in this buy. I love this buy that we're in. It was pretty clean. Has some drawdown, but not that much. And so now we'll just wait to see if price, like I said, price can literally just come back and take me out of my trade at 1777.140. But if it does that, then hey, we might look to get into another entry. That's why I said we should take profits up here since we're at 1 to 2. So let's take our 60% profits and be cool with that, and let the rest ride out. So that's for gold. Let me see what arbitrage has on gold. I'm pretty sure the 1 hour called gold clean, nice clean buy on the 1 hour. 4 hour time frame just called for a buy. I don't really care for seeing that. But then what I would want to see is price just drop down to the RSI line, the continuation to the upside. So this would probably be another entry that I get on gold if it allows me to. Daily time frame hasn't really changed much, and 15-minute time frame calling for a sell. So I'm not even gonna look at this. But again, I would rather price to push down, give me an entry down here at 1790, hold here, and then continue to the upside. So let's see how that plays out with gold. All right, so go on over to the US indices. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. All right, huge wick to the downside on the 4 hour time frame. This looks like it's about to turn around first and foremost. Gonna actually delete these right here, because I still did want price to realistically, I really did want price to come, if it was gonna like really drop like that, I wanted price to come down to 3779.5 or 3751, which I still think the possibility of that happening exists. But every time I see this candle on SPX or on the US indices, I'll show you examples right there, right here, right here. It signifies that a big move is going to happen. And most of the time, as we can see, 1, 2, 3 times that it pushes up when price gives this type of candle. When price gives a long wick right there and it's showing the hammer, more times than not it shows that it's going to go bullish and bearish. This candle right here, on the other hand, it didn't print out as a hammer necessarily. Price came back up here, respected, dropped heavy So I'm really just kind of waiting to see what the S&P is really going to do. But as of, like, personally speaking, and this, I drew this out yesterday. I even forgot that I drew it out. I'm just gonna go ahead and be like I'm still looking for buys here. Like, although yes, I do see this 4-hour huge bearish candle, I still think this might buy. Like, especially with this. Now on the 1 hour time frame, what does this look like? Break and retest. You have 3 heavy bearish candles. Break, retest the zone. This could still drop, but I'm not really. I don't know. I'm not 100% convinced that this is gonna drop quite yet. But if it holds here, then absolutely. But this just looks like a break and retest of the zone. So break, retesting here that it previously broke. It could push to the upside right here. So me personally, and this is just scalping, something that I'm looking into, that I've been looking into, that I'm gonna probably be presenting to people once next wave releases. Just looking at this buy is showing up, popping up right here. It looks like this might be possibly going bullish very shortly. So if I see any entries on here, I'll be like, yo, this is what I'm looking at. But other than that, if I am going to buy, let's just say long exit all alert on Euro AUD. I'll check this out right now, actually. Let me see real quick. Let me see this real quick. Because if it did, then I'm like, oh, well, then cancel the buy on EA. It all depends where it's at, though. There you go. You got the exit. So if you really want to exit off of EA, go ahead. I'm probably going to hold until this lower danger zone gets broken. But again, if you want to get out, I would say to get out because arbitrage said so. And the confirmations are all not there quite yet. So just be safe. If you want to get out, save yourself like a lot of pips, and we can get back. You can always get back in later on. But anyways, back to S&P. I just wanted to see what that alert was. Back to S&P. If I really was going to give a buy alert, a buy on this, I'd probably just be like, yo, just risk like 18 points or 181 pips, whatever. Use low risk management and try to take price back up to the highs. Because again, this just looks like a break and retest to me. But price I definitely want to still see, like, if I'm really gonna look for a good risky buy, like I'm gonna put like 1 or 2% on it, I want price to come to 3751 first. So that's what I'm looking at for S&P. Let me see where the point control is at. Point of control is down here, but I'm pretty sure if I zoom out a little more, it'll go lower. Yeah, but I'm not looking for this point of control. But let's see what S&P is really gonna do, because again, it's just weird how US 30 yesterday, and it's just so weird how US 30 was going so bullish and even came up to these highs. I had taken profits right here, I think, like around 189 points. It's so weird to me how price was really going bullish right here, but then S&P, it's dropping, and then also NASDAQ. Look at the NASDAQ, guys. It's just literally going crazy right now. So it's just weird to me how the Dow Jones is so bullish, but yet the others are so bearish. So that's showing something's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure something's gonna happen. But I don't know what that something is, so I can't really say that I think that it's gonna, like, for me to say that, oh, I think the US indices are gonna pop. I do want them to pop, but it's just, again, seeing both of them or all three of them acting differently is like, yo, what's going on here? Let's see what this fib is from this low, from that high to this low. If I can get an opportunity at 31600, I might sell just based off of the other indices, but I don't like that because this is bullish. I don't think I've ever traded the US indices and they've all been doing different things. I don't think that's ever been the case for me because, again, S&P is not really moving. Dow Jones is very bullish. Nasdaq, it's very bearish. I've never traded them when they're all three of them are doing different things. So I think I'm just gonna, personally speaking, I would want to stay away. But then if I'm looking at it from this low to this high, this looks like an awesome buy opportunity. Right at the 78.6 zone. But again, it's just been showing that this is very bearish and it's moving differently than the other US indices. So if you are going to buy this, which I am most likely going to, be careful. Because again, the other US indices, they're all doing different things. But if I was going to buy, then it'd probably be like right here. This is the only opportunity that I really see that is worthwhile to me at this point in time for the US indices, is for me to get into a Nasdaq buy. And again, for the fourth or fifth time this morning, it doesn't look right to me that all the US indices are moving completely different. And if Nasdaq says that it's gonna massacre me, then hey, it is what it is. I'll take the L.
You and me both. Oh my God.
Right?
Nothing big affects what's happening here. Yeah, I mean, we're back to like what, January 28th low.
Exactly.
Like maybe they had stuff down here to pick up. I don't know.
Exactly. That's exactly how I'm looking at it. Like, the point of control is exactly right where price is at. So I'm just like, okay, that's another confirmation to tell me to try to get into a buy. But it doesn't make any sense to me how these U.S. indices, all three of them, are acting differently. I've personally never seen it, but I know that it's possible. It's just weird. So I'm taking this buy.
Yeah, they always say the same exact box. It's like when you see that happen, you're wondering what's going on. So I know you and I were talking about now that I was mental this morning. I ended up staying that buy since yesterday, but I had a 0.1 lot size and I'm at negative $350, and I said I am not coming out. Once you come back to my entry point at some point today, I may just pull, you know what I mean? But I'm not taking an L. No more L's on it.
I mean, overall, you have a higher chance of making money on the Nasdaq or the other US indices buying. You have a higher chance of making money buying them rather than selling, right? Every time, because I mean, just going based off of history.
So yeah, I know that was poor risk management, but I'm like, I am not pulling out of the trade.
Oh,
it's like it's ridiculous.
It really is. Trust me, I kind of felt the same way. I'm like, yo, I don't want to get out this buy, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna get out. I'll wait for it, whatever happens. And I mean, like I said, this is the only thing I could really see realistically playing out rather than the other U.S. indices. Like, I do love how S&P is holding right here and it's giving that wick on the 4-hour time frame. I love seeing that. I love seeing that type of stuff. Oops.
Yeah.
I love seeing it, but yeah, I'm taking that risk more towards Nasdaq rather than the other U.S. indices. Like, just look at the Dow Jones. It hasn't moved. It's been bullish. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I sold a little bit last night though. I saw that he, dropped a little bit last night, but we'll see what today brings. And then that's gonna take me out all the way to drop more to like negative 300, or they're gonna go back in line. So like this is the retail kind of thought process. Like, all right, add another position. That would be 0.1 all the way back to negative 300. Get 300 there. But I'm like, nope. I'll keep my one position and rally back up to.
There you go. If it goes back up to your entry, then hey, you break even, and if you die, it's a learning lesson, right?
Listen, I got too many learning lessons going on. I gotta figure this whole thing out. I just don't like the manipulation of the trading. It's really turning me away from it a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the market makers. They know what us retail traders are doing. They have the resources to be like, okay, 78% retail traders are short, 20% retail traders are long. Let's go towards those who are the minority, and then that will take out a lot of traders, and that's usually how it goes. So I'm definitely looking for this buy. All right, no problem. Let me go over these cryptos now. Ah, man, my entry, no. I was hoping that price was gonna stay down here at 45,000 by the time I got on here. Whatever. All right, so cryptos, they did the digital dash back to the downside. I'm so glad I waited rather than trying to get in. Let's go ahead and look at this. Or hold on. Yeah, let's go ahead and just do a remarking up of this. So, Bitcoin, massive drops. I guarantee you there's people buying Bitcoin up here, and they took wrecks, like they got wrecked. I don't doubt it. I bought up here, but then my stop loss was like really like at 47,800. So I'm not tripping, but I really wanted to try to get into a buy right here. And remember how I was talking about, oh, if price comes to 53,000, then I'm gonna sell it to 45,000, maybe even 42,000. Well, apparently it just wanted to wake me out and then do that move. So I do love that it came back to retest this zone. It would have been better for me personally if price came down to 42,000, because that's where it made a previous high. But that's okay though, because 45,000 as a retest, like that's clean for a buy. In all honesty, but at this point in time, I don't necessarily care to buy right here. I'd rather wait for 45,000 to get hit again, if it is, which I honestly don't think it will. But yeah, it's ranging though, so that is a good possible sign that it might come back down to 45,000. So if it can hold right here and drop back down to 45,000, the likes of 45,000, even if it comes like 46,150, or it just comes in this support regardless, then I'll be looking for buys on Bitcoin, extreme buys on Bitcoin. Probably drop like 2% on it. No, I'm joking. Don't throw a whole house at it. I promise, because you might get wrecked. But again, 42,000 would have been really nice to try to have gotten an entry out of. If price does continue to drop, but the possibility of that happening is very low, especially when price has made this structure. As you can see, price dropped, hold right there. It made some more support right here. But realistically speaking, like I said, if price can come back down to 45, it came literally to 40. Wait, where is it? 45. Yeah, literally 45,000. If you could see at the OHLC. Literally came to 45,000 to the T and then popped up. That's interesting. 45,833 on the next candle. So yeah, what I'd really want to see is price, if it come down to the likes of 45,000 for another buy entry, that'd be solid. But if not, then hey, it is what it is. I mean, and again, I was drawing the fib from right here to here yesterday, and then that's where price came. Well, it gave you a nice buy right there if I was paying attention at least. But then if you drop it down from, okay, this is where the buy really started at right here, then you can see that's the 61% fib, which I'm not really crazy over. I'd rather prefer 43,000, but again, is that gonna happen? 42,000 would be perfect for an entry. So I'm gonna give 3 different entries on Bitcoin, honestly speaking, because I'm looking to take this bad boy to the moon if it does come back down here. So first entry would be at 42,000 if we can get a buy. Then take price back up to the highs, or even 60,000, because I do think that the likes of 60,000 will be getting hit in the next couple of months. So that's 60,000. That's my first. That'll be like okay, this is where I'm gonna put like 1% really on this trade. So that's for that. I'm gonna hide it. Second entry, I would really love for price to come down at 45,000, and then I'm probably gonna put it under these lows. This risk reward isn't ideal, as you can see. It's very much lower of a risk reward, but there are people out there that really love. They love 1-to-1s, and this is a 1.65, so that's even a better risk reward ratio on Bitcoin. And if it doesn't give me this entry, then I think I'm just gonna miss the trade, because I don't personally want to buy right here. Like this, just especially with price being bearish like that, I'd rather just wait for price to come back down and give me an entry. If you want to buy it at 43,000, that is an okay move too. But I personally like 42,000 or 45,000. Those are my only two options for me to buy Bitcoin. And again, I really wanted to get on here and explain it more and say that, oh, if price is going to hold at this 45,000, I'm trying to get in, and I was thinking it was going to stay there, but why would I think that? It's Bitcoin. Bitcoin moves crazy. 10% down on the day though, so you got to watch that too. All right, let's go to Ripple. I did not think that Ripple was going to come to this downside move, and it even came to the almost to the divergence fib that I have right here. So that's wild to me, first of all. But I love the wick that is showing, and it's still holding right here. If I would try to get in a buy right here, most likely my stop loss would have got wrecked, realistically speaking. But yeah, I'm definitely looking for buys on Ripple as well. But with me seeing that it came down here and it literally broke, I mean, it literally held under here. It closed under this candle on the 4 hour, on this candle, this support that's now resistance. I kind of think this wick might get filled out, and the price might come back down to like 36 cents, maybe even 35 cents, and then push to the upside again. Now remember, they are the SEC and Ripple, they do have their little feud that they have going on, and so that could bring a lot of volatility into the market, into the crypto markets. But they're already very much volatile as is. So just got to see what price is really going to do. But I do kind of want to see the likes of 35 cents get hit again. That would be an awesome entry to get into another buy opportunity on Ripple. So just got to wait and see. Yeah. To be honest with you, I was looking for sales over here the other day, and then price took me out. So I'm just like, okay. It took me out and then dropped. Made it bearish like that? That is a big deal, because thank you for even telling me that, because that's even one of the main reasons why I'm heavily invested into Ripple, is because of money grab. Like, that was one of the main reasons why I got into that. So I gotta look more into it and see what's going on with that. But definitely, I still am very much positive on Ripple. But me hearing that from you, I'm just like, okay. I'm just like,
Yeah, no, I'm very much, yeah, when I heard that last night, I said, well, you should sell for Ripple. I'm like, no, I don't want to. And it woke up to see it fall.
Right? You're just like, no, definitely. Exactly. I feel that. So yeah, definitely gotta wait and see what Ripple's gonna do. If I can get a price come back down to 30 cents, then I'm gonna buy it, but I'm not gonna try to buy it right here. It's just, especially with that news, like I said, that's actually like a big thing for me as to why I was really behind Ripple, especially since it's a centralized coin, and everybody's like, oh, well, that defeats the purpose of what crypto is. But it has like one of the highest market caps in the crypto space. So I'm just like, okay, it's centralized, but it still has a high market cap. So what are you really tripping over? But I'm just gonna wait on it. Like I said, 35 cents. That's where I'll be looking to get into a buy. And same thing with Litecoin. Like, all these, they did the digital dash to the downside, but it's a correction in my personal opinion, because okay, let's just say, let me get this buy box out of here. So where did this bullish move really start? I could say that it really started right here, where it made that dive and then it started really pushing up. Came to the 71% fib. If price can come back down to like 153 to really show me that, okay, I'm gonna really try to fake out the buyers, but then I'm gonna push to the upside, that'd be love. But if not, then I missed my entry on Litecoin. Not really gonna talk too much on Litecoin other than that. Yeah, this is where the thing really started at. So yeah, if price can come back down to like 156 to 153, I'll be looking for buys. But if it doesn't, then it's going to take off right now. And so with Ethereum, I don't know why that's still red. Likewise, where did the bullish move really start at? I would have wanted to say right here. Yeah, I am gonna say right there because that's where I see it at. I don't see it as right here personally, because once it came down here, pushed up, retraced a little bit, but then started pushing to the upside. When with Ripple, is this the same case scenario? I'd really rather. Well, no, let me just take this right here. I do think that these cryptos can make one more push to the downside to get, like, again, to make people think that, oh, cryptocurrency is gonna drop, oh, cryptocurrencies are all gonna fall, oh, because just, and if, I'm pretty sure if you go on Instagram, there's gonna be a whole bunch of people who are like, see, I told you that Bitcoin and the cryptos are gonna fall, yada yada. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who they want cryptos to fall. I don't know why, but so again, if price can come down to like the likes of 1334 again, or even like 1250, taking it to the moon, and I do believe that 2500 is going to get hit within the next couple of weeks, if not months, because again, this is an extremely bullish market on the cryptos, and there's no, let's just look at the daily and let's see what the daily did last time it made this huge drop. Okay, so on the daily, price gave you drops, retrace, and then dropped harder, and then retrace, dropped even more harder. Whereas with this bullish move, you could have thought the same thing was happening right here, where it's like, okay, price made the high, it dropped, retraced a little bit, but then it broke the highs, so that's out of the picture. Same thing right here, drop. If it retraces, look to see what it's going to do at 1896. Probably take profits if it does end up getting there, but still bullish overall. So these are very bullish markets here. You don't want to go against the trend with these bullish markets. Anyways, y'all, that is it for me. Is there any questions, comments, or concerns? I'm just going to look at the DXY one last time. Let's see what the DXY is going to do here. All right, no questions, no comments. All right, well, guys, thank you. I appreciate y'all for hopping onto my analysis. It means a lot to me. And I'll post up the playback as soon as possible. For those who are on YouTube, you can just look at the past live stream, but I am going to edit it out so that it's more, it just gets straight to the intro and stuff like that. So thank you guys for checking out my intraday analysis, and let's make some money. Later, y'all.